Everything you need to know if you're considering a stay at the JW Marriott South Beach Resort in Singapore. I'm Chris, this is Yellow Production, and in this video I'm going to show you around the common areas of the hotel, the inside of this room, a king Marina Bay view room, and I'm going to share with you my pros and cons of the hotel, let you know whether I liked it, let you know whether you should consider staying here or not. All right. Let's go. The JW Marriott Singapore is located in Singapore's Marina Central neighborhood. It's just a couple blocks from Marina Bay. It's a really great neighborhood. There's tons of high-rise office buildings that are here, the government office buildings, museums, really great for business or for pleasure. Now, the particular complex that's located in, it's called the South Beach Complex, hence why it's the JW Marriott South Beach Hotel, and it occupies 2 towers in this complex and some other things that are in some other buildings around here that we'll explore. There are plenty of restaurants down on the lower level, and it is directly connected to the MRT Esplanade stop, so you can get there without having to go out into the rain. Oh, and if you're looking for a convenience store, the closest one is a 7-Eleven inside the Esplanade MRT. The hotel's buffet restaurant is called Beach Road Kitchen. It is one of those that you have to go outside the lobby and across the way into this other building. The breakfast buffet is 45 Singaporean dollars plus tax. They also serve lunch and dinner buffets here. Dinner's gonna cost you about $100. The hotel's main entrance is located across the street from Suntec City. There's a big valet area and taxi drop-off in the front. As you enter in the front double doors of the hotel, there's a big screen as you come in. To the left, there's just a little table over here, I guess for hanging out if you're waiting to check in. And then over to the right goes into the lobby. It's a little noodle of a hallway, and then the check-in desks are in the back. It's a 2-story area, so it's actually pretty tall and nicely air-conditioned in here. Above the check-in area, it kind of makes it look like candles. People often ask me about where they can get currency exchange, and here in the lobby of the JW Marriott Singapore, they've actually got a machine that you can use to exchange your currency right here. And then on the second floor across this elevator is the hotel's executive lounge. This is where titanium members have breakfast, afternoon tea, evening snacks, and drinks. The second floor is also home to the hotel spa, open 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., where you can get massages, body treatments, and aromatherapy. And you can also get your nails done over in the nail salon. Up on the 18th floor is a really amazing rooftop swimming pool that looks over the whole Marina Bay district. This pool is not heated and it is sheltered, so it works well on a rainy day. There's also a gym up here that had a number of cardio machines, and over here there's even a ping pong table. And at night it looks like there's a bar here too. And of course, lots of places to sit down and relax and enjoy all of Singapore from up here. And there's even a second pool in the East Tower. This one's on the 6th floor, and this one is open air to the top. This one will be a little bit warmer on a sunny day because the sun will heat up this pool. And this one's even got some neat lounge chairs that are just sitting in the edge of the pool. Greetings from inside the elevator. The elevators in this hotel really pretty trippy. They've got like color changing lights. They've got artwork on the walls. Really reminds me of something that would be more part of a W hotel than as part of the JW Marriott. And I always get confused because it's so hard to find the numbers over there. Oh, and this is on the guest room floors. They're quite nice. I like the vibe up here. They smell really clean and fresh. Interesting carpet. I love that the fire doors are glass so you can see through them. And then this is the guest room hallways. No ice here. You do have to request ice and they'll bring it to you. Now that we've seen everything around the hotel, let's check out the inside of one of the rooms. This is room 1515, a king bedroom on the 15th floor with a Marina Bay view. As we come on in, you can see it has a very nice king bed. I checked in late around 9 p.m. and so they did the turn down service and have some slippers down there on the floor. There's a little bit of a sky vibe on the wall going on, but what's really nice in this room is definitely the view of Marina Bay here in the back. That's the central business district. That's Marina Bay. Looks like the light show for Marina Bay is going on tonight. In the daytime, it looks like this. Really an amazing place to stay to see all of Singapore out of one window. All right, coming back in from that window, right in front of it, in case you just want to sit here and look out, there's a really long sofa that 2 people could sit at. There's a little table that you could use for breakfast, snacks, whatever. The desk is kind of this like floating desk here in the room that has the television right behind it. as a titanium member to check in. They left me a nice little note to say welcome, and there's some desserts in here as like a welcome gift. All right, now back over here, we came in this front door. There's this big set of mirrors. The bathroom's right in there, but like all of these things open. But first, let's take a look at what's here. This is on the counter, like mini bar snacks. I don't think these are free. Ice, I had to ask somebody to bring up some ice. This is the little mini bar fridge in the room. I think the 2 waters are probably complimentary to go along with it, but this is like the personal item storage in the fridge. And then these things open up. So this is where you've got like glasses and you've got teacups and just some empty drawers. And then over this way, this is the one of 2 closets in the room. So in this closet, they've got an extra pillow up there. They've got robes. They've got the ironing board. And what's this down here? They've got some more slippers down here and some things for shoe care. All right, so then if we go over to the front door, the bathroom's gonna be here just to the left, which we'll go into, but there's a second closet right here. So if you're here for a long time, you got a lot of clothes or something, you will have a lot of places to store your stuff in closets. And now coming into the bathroom, the door is a sliding mirrored door that just opens and that just closes. And then when we come into the bathroom, there is a big soaking bathtub here that also has a handheld shower. On the sink side of the room, we can see it's a neat little floating sink right here. It does look into the bedroom, so you can see the bed right through here. Though this does close off, the mirror just slides over and that closes off the room from the bathroom. I kind of like how they did that here. I think that works pretty well. There's a drawer down here that has the blow dryer that looks like it's just hardwired right there into that. They have a ton of amenities in the room: toothbrushes, shaving, mouthwash. I like that. Body lotion is right here. And then we've got the toilet in the toilet room. This is a Toto washlet that does all the fancy bidet cleaning. There's a remote control right here. Oh, and that lid just opened as I walked in, so that's really fancy. And then the final part of the bathroom, the shower, is in a separate room also. So somebody can be using the toilet and somebody else can be using the shower. It has a handheld and it has a rain head right up here. And then the soaps are in these big aromatherapy kind of common bottles that I guess they tape so that you feel like nobody's gone and messed with it. I don't know. Does that make you feel safe? Fellow explorers, with a thunderstorm going on in the background, it is time to review this hotel, and I am joined by my very special new friend, Singapore Topher from the Singapore Zoo, because if you watch my reviews regularly, you'll know I rate hotels on a scale of 1 to 5 Tophers. And how many Tophers is the JW Marriott Singapore South Beach going to get? It's going to get 5 Tophers. That's right. This is truly an amazing hotel, and so now I'm going to tell you everything I like about all the pros, and I'm going to tell you the cons. You know what? There actually are a few cons. Can you believe it or not? But frankly, way more pros than cons. So starting with the pros, it's an amazing hotel. The room was so nice. I slept like a little baby in this room, even with some significant 17-hour jet lag coming from the US. The air conditioning worked really well. I loved the big room. There's a lot of room to put out your luggage and spread out. A lot of room in the bathroom too. The shower pressure from the rain head was really just amazing. I love the separate bathtub, and I love the high ceilings in this room. And the view is pretty nice too. I've watched like sunrise, I've watched sunset. This is my first time sitting out here watching a rainstorm from the window, but this is a pretty cool place to sit. I should point out, I booked the basic room, and I think I got upgraded to this as a view room as a elite member. The room rate at this hotel when I was here was 600 Singaporean dollars per night. 600 Singaporean dollars per night. I booked it with Marriott points, so I didn't pay the cash rate, but in US dollars, that works out to be about 450 US dollars, which is less than the JW Marriott Desert Springs that I recently stayed at that was going for 600 US dollars a night, and this hotel is like 10 times better than the JW Marriott Desert Springs. Now, the housekeeping staff was also super great. They're doing really great housekeeping here. I mean, this room looks immaculate. Everything is nice. Everything is pristine. Every day they would bring me 2 bottles of water, and when they found out I drank more than 2, then they brought 4. Then when I drank more than 4, then they brought 6. I mean, they were like keeping me very well hydrated in the water department. They would like organize all my stuff in the bathroom. They organized all my toiletries. Oh, and I also forgot to point out in the bathroom, you could hear the radio, or not the radio, but the television. Like if I was watching the news, it had like a knob to turn on the volume in the bathroom. Also had like a mirror that was cordless that, you know, for shaving or doing makeup. And then also like a ring thing. So like a ring tree, if you've got like jewelry and things like that, you can put on there. It seems like everything that guests want is here in the room. You know what the room doesn't have? It doesn't have a clock. There's no clock in the room. JW Marriott, where'd the clock go? I'm sure you had a clock at one point in time. Where did the clock go? I also really enjoyed the executive lounge on the second floor. As a Marriott Elite member, I got breakfast, afternoon tea, dinner in there, but like the breakfasts were like phenomenal. It was a full multicultural breakfast with like everything British or Western that you'd want, including, you know, sausage, bacon, cooked to order, eggs, omelets, even baked beans, tomatoes, or should I say tomatoes, and mushrooms. They had Indian breakfast. They had Asian breakfast. You could get laksa soup, like spicy curry noodle soup for breakfast. They rotated the different soups and noodles that they had in the morning. They had tom yum other mornings and chicken noodle other mornings. And so that was pretty neat and pretty special just to eat there every morning. And then for dinner, it wasn't just like some really lame appetizers, and I wouldn't even call it heavy hors d'oeuvres. I would call from 5:30 to 7:30 like dinner, dessert, and drinks is what they serve down there. If you're staying here, you don't need to go out to eat. Although, I mean, in Singapore, there's such great food out here that I almost hate to waste a meal with the hotel lounge, but I didn't feel that way when I ate there because the food in the lounge was just so amazing. Also point out free-flowing beer, wine, and mixed drinks too in the lounge. And so my 5 Singaporean TOEFL rating definitely is coming with that benefit of a Marriott Elite member. If you're not a Marriott Elite member and you don't get access to the lounge, and then you're paying $50 for breakfast in the buffet, you know, you might take it down to a 4.5 TOEFL because you're gonna have to forage for other food. Although, you know, there's a 7-Eleven convenience store in the MRT that's open 24 hours, just a 5-minute walk, so you can pick up some pretty cheap snack foods that way. And the final con is that while the location itself I think is pretty good because it's just a few blocks from Marina Bay, it's directly connected to the Esplanade MRT, like right around the hotel. There aren't like any cheap eats to walk to. I mean, you can walk to cheap eats over at the Suntec City shopping mall that's across the street, but like you gotta go like across the street and down in basement level 1 to get to the food court. It's probably a 10 to 15 minute walk to get down there. I know, I'm like grasping at straws now to find cons. It's actually all pretty good. Some of my other favorites in Singapore, I really like the Conrad Singapore as well. I also like the Marriott Tang Plaza on Orchard Road, but I think this is my new favorite Singapore hotel. So then really the real question is it worth the splurge? Is it worth the 600 Singaporean dollars? And boy, it's mighty expensive, but they are delivering a lot of value for that, including like super friendly people who work here. I mean, everybody who worked at this hotel, super friendly. They said hello, they said good morning, they were maintaining the hotel, and you know what? Like, it costs money to provide the amazing food service that they do, to provide the level of housekeeping that they do, to keep it as clean as they do. And so I think if that's the experience that you're looking for, yeah, I think it's worth the splurge. I mean, I've seen it go for less, but you know, right now it's the pandemic, and everybody wants to come to Singapore. Like, everybody's doing their revenge travel and they're traveling again. If you find this hotel at like 300 Singaporean dollars, it's probably a steal, and I would go ahead and book it right away. But even at 600 Singaporean dollars or 450 US. I think it is a much better experience than you're gonna get than at like a lot of fancy hotels in New York City that you pay twice as much for. Well, fellow explorers, as usual, I won't say goodbye because I'm gonna see you in some more of my videos. If you're headed to Singapore, you might wanna check out my Singapore travel tips video. You'll find that here. I'll tell you all about the weather, how to predict the weather, how unpredictable the weather is. We'll talk about the weather. You'll know more about that, how to get in, how to get around, and a whole bunch more things, or my whole Singapore travel guide playlist right here. All right, I'll see you over there.